subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Let me get some calls from the family in here, because we do have a lot of people in the bill. Oh, we got Gabriel. Oh, we got Gabriel, the Democrat in the house. Gabriel, the Democrat Shill. Oh, Gabriel. What's going on, Gabriel?
Oh my goodness, Tariq. We are not. Oh God, this sounds like major cope from you, man. Because
Oh,
you,
no.
this is major cope because you, my friend, are complicit in the erasure of Black history that's going on at the Smithsonian. You are complicit in that.
Me, the
Ye-
person who made some of the most inspiring Black history films ever?
No, I
Me?
give you credit for the hidden history. Give you credit for the films that you made. You made some amazing films. I'll give you that credit. But you pushing this narrative that this two parties is the same shit is the reason why we have erasure in the Smithsonian. Is the reason why we have young Black people being harassed now in D.C. because you telling people that these two parties are the same, but me and the Democrats and Kamala Harris warned y'all that this shit was going to happen. So anybody who did not vote for Kamala Harris last year is complicit in what's going on right now.
Oh, no, 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 sir. We all know we're not dumb. We understand that if Kamala Harris was in office, only the Black people in DC would be getting harassed and everybody else would
Nah,
be safe.
she would never send the National Guard. You know that, Tariq. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Family, do y'all know that they tried to send the National Guard in a couple of years ago? They tried to put that on Trump. Do y'all realize that the Democrats tried to bring the National Guard into DC before?
When?
Do y'all know that?
When? Under
This
who?
was a couple of years
Under
ago.
Biden? That was never
Under
discussed.
Biden,
That was
right?
never
Am
discussed.
I
That was
family?
never discussed. You would have
They
been the first one. You would have been the first one to bring that up all the time. I have never
oh,
heard you bring that up. I have never
man,
heard you bring that up.
hold on. That mayor. Hold on. I'm gonna find the
Talk
exact
about the
quote.
erasure of Black history
Oh,
that we put more money into LGBTQ. What are we talking about? These are just lies. These are just lies. Over the
huh.
last 3 years in California alone, you have about like 750,000 that's gone to like the preservation of LGBTQ history. But for Black history, it's been north of 20 million. So I don't know what the hell are you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Where?
I don't know what you were talking about. In
Who?
terms of
What
the
the hell are you
total,
talking
in
about?
terms of the total allocation of money when it comes to preserving,
Who?
when it comes to
Who? Where?
In
What are you talking about?
California, your state, Tariq, in
What
California,
Black history they put to 20 minutes? Who? Where?
in California, this
Where in no, I'm dude, nigga, where's some $20 million for our Black history in California?
is the total allocate is the total allocation of all the money that's gone into preservation of the museums there, statues and different murals that goes on in California. It's been north of
No,
20 million.
where the hell
Yes,
you get that from and where is it? Where's all this shit?
I'll send you the link.
Where?
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the
No, okay,
link.
no, no. Tell me where we can
You got
see all of this $20 million stuff.
you got
Where?
the California Black Freedom Fund, which goes to the money because you got 3.5 million distributed across 75 Black organizations in California.
That's Boule. Okay. You're talking about a bunch of Boule people who done got some money. Dude, I'm out here. I'm out here in the streets in LA and all over California, dude. We don't see none of that money. They give it to these Boule gatekeepers. What you talking about? I'm like, where's all this money for some museums? Man, we can't get a dime at the Hidden History Museum from none of these folks. When we call them up, all the money is gone. And I asked them, where's the damn money? Where's it going? Well, it's going to here, some Latinx, and it's all of these immigrant groups and these Boule groups. We don't get none of that. That's why you can't point to nothing where it is. You have to point and say, okay, this is where the money has gone to this monument here or to this building here. You said a group, right? It went to a group of probably tethers
3.8 million in 2023 alone were awarded
to
to
a bunch
40
of
historic
tethers.
Black sites in California. Come
Man,
on.
where,
To 40
where,
Black sites.
where, where, where is all of these sites that this money went to? Where? Come on, come on, brother. Come on, Gabriel. You're just naming numbers, but you ain't saying where. You can't now. You're probably Googling right
I'm
now.
not Googling.
Okay.
I don't need to Google.
Hold on. Let me get my brother Twizzle in here. He's up in the town. He's up in the bay. Let me get my brother
But
Twizzle
Tariq,
in.
you are complicit for this.
Arm
All
that,
y'all.
sir.
All y'all.
Twizzle, are there any black?
Gay, what's up with you, man?
What's
I mean, what's up, T? This dude sound kind of delusional right
Why
now
am I
yeah?
delusional?
because we already know out here in California that they are excluding black people left and right, and everything that they so-called themselves giving black
Numbers don't
people, they
lie.
give it to the minority community. They give it to the
Wow.
minority community that include Asian, black, brown, and LGBTQ and every other to fall up under the rainbow. Okay, what you're talking about, you don't have no numbers. You're just reading off of some type of democratic paper that they gave you,
A
bro. But out here in
Democratic paper.
California, it is bad because you got to understand this is California. We don't have too much historical black spaces out here. So, for in order for them to give up all that money had to go to everybody else because they're not going to give black people shit
Right.
out here. They're not going to give us nothing. What else unless they include Asians or the so-called brown, what they call the Mexicans out here. We had a dude in the space. We had a dude in the space earlier who was talking about he was born in Oman over there in the Saudi Arabia, and he talking about he's brown. So how many people that they categorize themselves up under brown? So therefore, when they
We're
want
not
to
talking about brown. We're
include
talking about black.
minorities, when they want to include minorities, it's everybody. It's nothing specifically or specific for black Americans in California. That's why everybody in California is leaving. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of full of you full of sugar honey iced tea, and that's on the bad side, bro. You know what I mean? You too caught up in your fantasy that the Democrats and you still smelling that Kamala Harris juice. You need to move
Come,
on, bro,
if
because
Kamala Harris was president right
the
now, Twizzle,
definition of
if
sanity is
Kamala
doing the
Harris was
same thing
president
and
right now, we
expecting a
wouldn't be
different
seeing
result.
young black.
Okay.
If
So
Kamala
peace
Harris,
to Rick, man. I just came to say
if
what's up.
Kamala
I
Harris was
came to
president
speak just
right
to
now,
pick
we
with
would
you.
not be seeing young
Have a
black
good one,
boys
T.
harassed in
Peace.
D.C. right now. We would not be seeing the police being militarized in D.C. right now if Kamala Harris was
Hey,
president.
T, can I speak
That's
on
the
the
shit that I
DC
care
thing too?
about.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Twizzle.
Yeah, and see the whole thing with the DC thing, right? I saw on Fox News Sunday, Judge Jean Perino, the drunk lady from Fox News, she said and specifically stated and with her own mouth that the reason why they're doing this because the main victims of crime are young black men between the ages of I think 15 and 25. She said the main murder victims are young black men. So her whole diatribe was young black men. And when you look at what's going on, that's what they're going after. So it make me think, because I'm an OG, I remember them days how they came after us in the 80s and the 90s. That's what they finna start doing. Because you notice that the sundown towns have been making a lot of rounds lately. And then we have these we have these on YouTube and on this app talk about there's no such thing as a sundown town. The only sundown town are Oakland, Detroit, Baltimore, and all that shit, and that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because they fail to realize that sundown towns were specifically for black people. And the only people who complain about them is white people who they not meant for. So this shit is all coming into one. And you got cocksuckers like this dude Gabriel who want to cover for it, you know? So shout
Well,
out to
what
you,
am I
T.
covering
Thank you
for?
for bringing this to attention, man. And I land
What
my
am I
plane.
covering for? If Kamala Harris was president right now, you would not be seeing young black boys being harassed in DC. You would not be seeing black history being erased on the national level at the Smithsonian. That I do
Yes,
know. And if you do not vote for Kamala Harris, you are complicit in that. And if
Get out your feelings.
that's
Get
true,
out your
it's
feelings
true.
and get you
We're
some
holding, we're
sleep.
holding, we're holding people's feet to the fire now. It's time for accountability. That's what we're here to do.
and by the way, Mayor Bowser, and thank you, Twizzle. Mayor Bowser, a couple of years ago, requested for the National Guards. There's a video. We got a video of it. This was 2022. She requested the National Guard come in for crime in DC. So y'all, they did it. They
They
did
did
it. So
not do it. Not to no, they did
they
not do it.
request,
They did not do
request
it, Tariq. You're just lying. Just lying.
they requested it.
They
They
just
request.
lying.
It's on video, sir. They requested it.
Just lying at this point, man.
Really?
Just lying, because I have never heard you. Every time we have these discussions, you have never brought up National Guard being sent into
No,
DC.
no, no. They didn't
This,
get sent. She requested.
this is, this is cope, Tariq.
Hold
You know and I know it.
on.
If the Democrats were in power right now, that this shit would not be going on. I just don't know why you won't call it out. Why won't you be honest with the people and call out that this shit would not be going on if Kamala Harris had won the election? It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do.
Okay. You're just sitting here doing I'm a tether and I say so. How can I put the thing up in the Jumbotron family? How do I do that? I'm doing old nigga shit right now. I'm trying to figure out how to put okay, let me just do this. Let me put it under here. And shout out to Juicy for let me see.
He just tweeted out and just like press it in the pill
Okay.
on the name of the title. But
Press
it has to be like an actual tweet.
It has to be a tweet. Okay, let me try it that way. Hold on, let me try it that way because I'm gonna show y'all the thing. Okay, okay, I'm doing a tweet now. What am I doing here?
Like I think you got to press like the title of the space. No, like when you press like share, like the share button on the tweet is gonna like there's gonna you're gonna see the title of the space, and you just press the title of the space when you press the share button.
Okay, but do it as a whole new tweet. Hold on, let me
No,
Juicy. Let me get Juicy in here. Juicy, can you put it up in the jumbotron for me, dear?
Okay, I just got on here. So you have the tweet created. Go ahead and click on it and click the arrow, and then it'll post in the jumbotron at the bottom right corner.
Okay, it's let me see. I don't see an arrow, but
Hold on a second. Bottom arrow.
it says post.
Yeah, I think I just put it in the jumbotron for you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, dear. Okay, there.
You welcome.
Okay, there it is. Now, Gabriel, do you see that, Gabriel? Up at the jumbotron.
but what you're missing, Tariq, is that Biden's own Department of Defense denied her not once; they denied her twice. They denied her request.
That's not the point. She requested it though.
But Joe Biden, the Democratic president, denied her request. They
Ah,
denied it.
but yeah,
Her
she's a
request was
Democrat.
not given.
She's a Democrat too, so she was trying to get the National Guard out there. So that's what I'm saying. The Democrats and the Republicans do the same
In
thing.
August of 2020,
Oh
it
Lord, boy.
was she was rejected. She was rejected in early August of 22
Stop
or
it.
late
Now
August of
the goalpost,
2022.
moving the goalpost, Gabriel. Dan,
Wait, Tariq, so you don't give Joe Biden? So do you give Joe Biden credit for denying a request? Do you are you going to give him that credit?
No,
Oh,
no,
see,
no, we
so
don't get
so
credit
it's
for that.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. See, like
No,
this is the
he did that to
hypocrisy that
keep
I'm
the
talking
chaos
about,
going.
fellas. Like, what are we talking about?
Joe Biden's whole thing was to cause chaos in DC. That,
Joe Biden
no,
literally,
you don't get credit for
he
that.
literally denied her request so the chaos would have happened. I don't know why Mayor Bowser did that shit, but
There's
Joe
nothing.
Biden did not. But Joe, it was denied, and the National Guard were never sent out in the communities of DC under Joe Biden. And if Kamala Harris had been president, you would not be seeing young black boys being harassed right now in DC.
Interesting. You think that's their real
Just
aim?
admit that. Just admit that.
No. What are you talking about? They do it all the time. The
Just
crime bill came from them.
just admit that. Oh, you're talking about some shit from 30 years ago. Talk about right
No, no. I'm
now.
trying
Talk
to tell
about
you that
right
they
now.
don't care
Talk
about
about right
harassing
now.
black boys. They don't care.
Like, bro.
Like
Why
I was
can't
just
you
gonna try
admit
to
that
tell Flex how to
young
put
black
the
boys
thing
would
in the
not be
jumbotron.
harassed by the National Guard if Kamala Harris were president? Why can't we
Gabriel,
just admit
Gabriel,
that and we'll
Gabriel.
just move
It's not
on?
a single video of them being harassed by the National Guard. That's the DC
They're not
police. You
they're
see?
not being harassed with the support of the federal government
No, no,
right
no, no,
now.
no. That's the DC
Oh, that's the
police. You
DC
send the
Metro
National Guard
Police.
harass
Okay.
them.
Okay. That's what we're doing.
You got to pick a statement.
That's
But
what
no,
we're doing. That's what we're
so who do you
doing.
think knows their city
So you want to
better
protect
than
that? So
this?
you want to protect Daddy Trump and the Republican Party? That's what you're here to do. Okay, that's cool.
That's what
That's
you
cool.
said. I didn't
That's
say
cool.
that. I'm asking you a
But that's
question,
what
though,
you're
right?
doing. But that's what you're doing.
Who do you think knows the
That's
city
what you're
better?
doing. You
The
are
mayor of
complicit.
DC?
You did not vote for Kamala Harris. You are complicit in this. That's what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, sure, if
That's what
that's
I'm
what you want to
saying.
say. But who do
That's
you
what I'm
think knows
saying.
the city
You are
better? The mayor
complicit
of
for the erasure
DC
of history
or
Smithsonian.
the
That's
president?
what I'm saying.
Answer that question.
What?
Who do you think knows their city better? The mayor of DC, who's lived there, or your president, who barely knew his name?
What?
Gabriel.
What is your point?
No, I'm trying to say, like, do you remember the mental state of Joe Biden at this time? Correct.
We don't. No. Tariq's original point was the National Guard was sent into D.C., but Mayor Bowser did request it, but it was denied by Joe Biden. That was the
Yeah, but
point. We did not. The
No,
Democrats
no,
did
no.
not
I'm
send
asking you.
the
Do you
National Guard
remember?
to
Yeah, no,
harass
no, no.
black
I'm saying, I'm
people in
asking
D.C.
you,
We did not do that.
Gabriel. I'm asking, do you remember Joe Biden's mental state at this time?
Now that's not pertinent to this conversation.
It
It's
is. It is.
non-pertinent to this
Just answer the
conversation.
question.
It's not
All
pertinent to
right.
this
So you don't want to
conversation.
answer that question.
It's not pertinent to
All
this
right. So
conversation.
so everybody else who got common sense and not in
It's,
denial,
it's not.
Joe Biden was a
Now
walking
you're
corpse at the
deflecting.
time.
You're deflecting.
And the
You're
walking
deflecting.
corpse
You're
literally
deflecting.
decided that he did not trust the mayor of DC to make that call for herself, so he denied it.
Man,
You
you're
know what I'm saying? Like
deflecting. He
that
did not
doesn't
want
make
to cut.
sense.
He didn't want to send the National Guard to harass young black boys in the streets.
If
Why would we
anything,
do
I would
that?
say Joe Biden not sending the National Guard in is literally him shitting on her authority.
Because
She
Trump.
needed the help. He
Because this
refused
is
to give
not the
it to
only
her.
time Trump did this. Trump did this during the Black Lives Matter protest of 2020 in Lafayette Square for a photo op. He sent the National Guard to harass those people.
so
This
did
is
Obama.
like, bro,
So,
what are you talking about?
I was really about to wait for that one. Yeah, Obama did the same thing too.
dude, do you know what Obama sent out to Baltimore during the Freddie Gray thing when I was out there? It looked like damn Iraq out there. That was Obama doing all that shit. What you talking about?
These
He
are these are
also
these are these are again.
he also condemned the
You're
people
talking.
for protesting against
Tariq,
Freddie
you're
Gray, if I'm not
comparing
mistaken.
apples to oranges. These are different things.
Really?
You are comparing apples to oranges
How so?
because because when Trump sent out the National Guard to D.C. and this is not me defending Obama, but I'm just saying this is two different situations. When Trump sent out his National Guard to DC, what was going on in DC at the time? Like, was there any major protests? Was there any like major hoopla or major chaos going on in DC? No, nothing was really like DC was like being his regular city. But there was something happening in Baltimore where Obama just felt the need to like, okay, we had to send National Guard because like there's big protests over there for the murder of Freddie
What's
Gray.
the population of? Wait. Protest is completely legal under the Constitution, correct?
Huh?
Again, that's you're too again like
Sir,
make
I'm
your
just
point.
asking a question.
You're asking all these gotcha questions. Just just proceed with your
Just
point.
answer the question though. It's not a
Proceed with
gotcha
your. I'm
question. I'm
not
just
answering
making
any
sure.
gotcha. I'm not answering any gotcha
it's
questions.
not a
Proceed with
gotcha
your
question.
point.
It's a logic
These
question.
are gotcha questions. Like proceed with your point. We all know the answer to that. But what point are you trying to
No, no,
make?
no. I'm saying, but just answer the question though, just please.
No, we all know the answer to this question. I'm not stupid. You're not stupid. Proceed with your point. Just say your point. I'm not going to
All right,
interrupt
I'm
you.
just making sure. You sorry, my bad.
Whoa.
My bad. I just had to plug in my headphones. So I just want to make sure that you understand that there was no protest going on in D.C. when Trump sent the National Guard in. He just sent it in.
No
Listen,
chaos.
listen,
Crime rate's
listen,
been down
listen,
in
listen,
DC.
listen, listen, and you learn. Listen, and you learn. All right. So D.C. is a sanctuary city. If you take a look at what's actually going on, the National Guard troops in Virginia and a few other places around the country are being trained to help with ICE admin. The goal is to send in these people, National Guard, to these sanctuary cities to assist ICE in arresting illegal immigrants. Now, granted, on the surface, you see a lot of shit going on. I mean, a lot of stuff going on where you see them all. And this is DC Metro Police. Some people pay attention to who's actually doing the quote unquote harassing. And it says DC Metro Police. And they are just out there doing what they typically do, messing with the community. Now,
This is
now when you
such
look at
cope.
what Obama
This
did
is cope.
was
This is just
Freddie
cope. This is
Gray
cope.
was beat up, thrown in the back of a wagon, swung around, and murdered back there. People were peacefully, sometimes protesting against this. The mayor of Baltimore called off the police and said, "Hey, just let them protest." And then Obama sent in the National Guard. Now, this is the same thing that Trump did in California. However, he did it to protect the ICE agents who were later shot at in that state. So to pretend like there isn't a hostile environment toward these federal agents is ridiculous because your media, the liberal media, keeps painting these people as
Liberal
criminals
media. Yeah,
for
you're a conservative
arresting
hack. This is a
illegal
conservative hack.
immigrants. No, it's not. It's not.
This is
No,
a.
it's not. Okay,
You watch Fox News Sunday. I should have already
I
known
actually
like there's
don't. I'm
something
just
like
actually
wrong with your
I
ideology.
read. Okay,
There was already
so are these people right
like,
when those people blew up that truck and they shot those ICE agents? Was that liberal media or conservative media, or was that just some shit they did? That's a verifiable, observable fact. It's reality. They did this, right? That requires a certain level of protection because if you don't squash that, you'll embolden more people to do it. So the only way to get around that is a show of force. It's exactly what Obama did when he sent the National Guard in to Baltimore.
whoa, the governor has the power for the National
No,
Guard.
the
He
the
was the
president
governor
does
of
too. It's a
Maryland.
state and federal program. So when you look at the National Guard, the commander in chief of the National Guard is the state. However, they can be federalized in times when the president deems
Were they
necessary.
federalized in Maryland? Were they federalized at that time?
How would Obama call them in? Let me know. Is Obama responsible for
He,
the state or is
he
he
didn't.
federal?
It was the governor Larry Hogan at the time, and
Is he
Larry Hogan,
state or
last time I
federal?
checked, was not a Democrat.
Is he state or federal?
Who?
Is Obama state or federal?
Yes, but the National Guard's a state force
Okay,
too. It's a
so
state force.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So it was the but who engineered
You
the
do
National Guard getting
understand
there if
that
it's not
the
Obama?
president has the power to do that, right?
That's why it's different from DC.
I'm just like DC. Who's the governor of DC again?
Who's the governor of DC?
Yes,
What? There's no governor of DC.
exactly. They don't have statehood. So yes,
There's
he
no
can.
governor
That's
of
why she
DC.
had to go to Biden to do it. So the president can federalize the truth. The president can federalize the DC police. They can
Yeah,
federalize
but
the
the fed,
National
but I'm,
Guard.
I'm, I'm, my point is they weren't federalized in Baltimore at that time. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're
We were
missing
down in
here,
Austin
but the
last
fact,
week,
look, listen,
They weren't
trialing
federal. They weren't
you
federal
know, the
like how Kennedy federalized the National Guard when
that's not what he
when the
did.
when the people
That's not what he
when
did. He called in the 101st Airborne. That's two different things.
Yes, but he also federalized the National Guard at the same
And
time.
he called in
Those two things are
he called in the 101st Airborne.
that you're not contradicting what I just
No, no,
said.
no. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you to
Both those
understand.
two things were true.
Okay, what state was this again?
Huh?
What state was this again that he did this?
Yeah, Alabama
Okay,
to get
okay, okay.
George Wallace out
And
the
Wallace,
university.
yeah, and
But I'm
who
saying
control? Wait, wait.
in
Who's the
that
commander? I
case,
said, who's the commander in chief of the National Guard?
in that case, the National
Who
Guard were federalized,
is the
and that was
commander
not the
in
same
chief of
situation.
the National Guard?
In that situation, the National Guard were federalized, and they weren't federalized under Obama in Maryland in 2015. It was the Republican governor Larry Hogan
Hmm.
who called in the National
All right.
Guard.
So real quick, if the president and the governor agree,
So what you're saying
if the
right now is
president
just
and the
code.
governor agree on it,
You probably voted for Donald Trump.
what
So
does that
like I
have
don't
to
even
do
know
with the
what,
conversation?
because you voted for Donald Trump, so you want to actively just criticize the Democratic Party. You started by saying, "Oh,
I actually came here to tell Flex how to put the thing in the jumbotron. Like your argument is so ridiculous, dog. Like
you
DC is
voted
not a
for Donald
state.
Trump." That's why, because you started out this conversation by saying, "Oh no, it's not the National
Okay,
Guard; it's the DC Metro Police that's
let's
doing the
get
harassment."
look in the
Like
video.
it's not
Who is
the
that?
like the National Guard is not part of supporting this, putting a battery in their back, talking to go target those people.
It's the National Guard did
Trump
what?
Trump set this up. He put this
Oh my
shit.
god, this is so
He put
ridiculous.
this plan in motion, and you're trying to absolve blame
All
on the
right,
Republican
so
Party and Donald Trump. That's
okay,
what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I'm not
let's
going
just
to let
speak
you
the
get away
facts,
with
right?
it.
Hold on.
I'm not going to let you get
This
away
is
with it.
yo, calm down, bro. Take a deep breath. Like you're not gonna stop me from saying what I want to say.
It's
Look,
time for
anyway,
accountability,
you're
man.
not gonna let me get away with it, bro. You ridiculous. So look, Gabriel, here's the problem with
So
this, right?
I
The
ain't gonna stop
Yeah, it's crazy.
Gabriel. Just
Look, the National Guard does not have the power to arrest people. That's the first thing, right? That's why they're not harassing people. They can't. So, and just to break it down to you, anybody who's ever been in the military understands this. The MOS for police officer in the Army specifically is called 31 Bravo. It's military police. You have military police training, but they do not have the ability to arrest American citizens, even if they are federalized or called into play. The other MOS is 31 Echo, which is prison guard, which is detaining people. That's a whole nother subject. They're not there to do any of that. They're there to assist with the arrest being made. And right now, it's not DC Metro Police. They're considered federalized police at this point because they've been federalized. That's how this policy works, along with the other 4,500 FBI and other federal agencies that have been brought in to assist with these arrests. And if you pay attention to it, they're just posting these rage bait black videos. Oh, they're attacking the black people. It's called propaganda. But if you look at what they're doing, look up the military times.
what
Listen to
Tariq
what
has
I'm
been
saying,
posting
bro.
is
You're already
propaganda.
talking. All right, hold on. One second.
Propaganda. So what
One
Tariq has
second.
been posting is propaganda.
No, Tariq is addressing the harassment of black people, and to further this goal, that's what we have an issue with. I think they should just come out and say what they're actually doing because what they're not telling people is, and this is how the government does, they're not telling people that they're training these National Guard people to be admin for ICE
But you know,
to
National
deal with
Guard,
the shortage.
but what you're saying is not completely correct because National Guard can make arrests under certain situations.
No, they cannot. They cannot.
In a certain
They
situation, they are
cannot.
under these. Yes, they
How
can.
long were you
Under
in the
when they're
National Guard?
federalized, they can. What? Right, you don't
No,
need
I'm
to be in the
asking. I'm
National Guard
asking.
to
I'm
know
asking.
this.
How long were you in the National Guard?
It's called
How
reading
long was you in the
comprehension. It was
military?
something that you. It's called reading
So
comprehension.
you
Something
went
you
in the
didn't learn in
National
the
Guard
military.
and you went in the
Obviously,
military.
you didn't. You didn't. But you didn't. Obviously,
Are
you
you
didn't learn
sure I'm
because
not?
you
Are you
have no
sure I
reading
wasn't
comprehension.
in any, like? See what I'm saying? That's how I can tell.
I don't give a where you were.
Calm
What you're
down.
saying is
4 deep
wrong.
breaths, son.
What you're saying is
Easy, bro.
wrong.
Easy, bro. Look,
No, because it's
that's
time
why I
for
can sit here and
accountability,
tell
and
you
I'm not gonna let
exactly
y'all
what the
shit. I'm not
MOS
gonna
is.
let y'all get away with this shit.
I
I'm
can
not
tell
gonna
you
let
what
y'all
the
get away
MOS
with
is. I
it,
can tell
man.
you what the job is. I can tell you what the parameters is. You, as an American soldier, you don't have the right to arrest American citizens. That's why they're there to assist the police.
If the National Guard is under the president's authority, they can
No, they
arrest
cannot.
citizens. That is a
Federal
fact.
troops
Yes,
cannot
they can.
arrest. They can
Yes, they
assist.
can. Yes, they're not federal troops because, like you said, they're state force and a federal force.
You
So
understand what
by when
federalized
they're
means, right?
federalized,
Okay,
they
okay, you
have
know what? You
police
know what?
powers when they get
You understand what
federalized.
federalized
That
means,
is a
right? What
fact.
does federalized
That
mean?
is a fact.
What
That
does
is a
federalized
fact.
mean?
That is a fact. I'm not answering your stupid
Oh, calm
questions.
down, man.
Make your
This is
fucking
how you know
point.
you're losing right
Make
now.
your
Why you
fucking
yelling,
point.
bro? It's okay.
Make your
It's
point.
okay.
Because I'm not answering your valid questions. Make your
Because you
point.
understand.
You're making your
hold on, Gabriel. Slow down, Gabriel. You're really crashing out. Calm down,
Man,
Gabriel.
this is bad for you, bro. You normally more
I
calm
know.
than this.
Well, yeah, the Democrats, boy, they must be dangling your paycheck in front of you like you better go toe the line because you really, really hot and bothered right now, Gabriel. And we got Cyber Regina in here too, and she's military. Cyber,
Man, black man can't be passionate,
No,
man. That's
it's
okay.
okay. But how you
I
doing,
see what
Cyber
it is,
Regina? Are
man.
you
I
ex-military
can't
too,
even be.
Cyber Regina?
Hey,
So
yes, I
would you
am.
explain to him what a 31 Bravo is? I'm not sure if you are Army or not.
I'm not a 31
But you know what
Bravo.
it is, though, right? It's military police. Yeah,
Yes,
they can't
but
arrest
but
American
but
citizens, can they?
no, they
Oh, okay,
cannot.
just want to point that out.
No, they cannot. If they if and neither nor can regular police arrest military.
Yep, that's what.
Like if a military person commits a crime, the regular police has to go through us to get that person. They just can't go and pick someone up.
Yep, and then the only time the military police can actually arrest somebody is actually on a military base. So when Gabriel
Absolutely,
hops on the
absolutely.
stage and cries for the Democratic Party, which we not even this not even party line, it's just telling you what I don't know, facts and jurisdiction. When you federalize
The
those
fact.
troops, they're only there as a support for the police officers and the federal cops, correct?
That's right. Unless you have an act
All
of
right.
war.
Thank you so much, Cyber Virginia. You have a nice weekend, Gabriel. I'm down, brother.
there you go.
Go
Thank you.
find you a woman.
But Tariq, let me say something. First of all, Gabriel is Haitian. How does he come in this thing and tell Americans about their own country?
Mm.
Because I was born in this
He
country,
doesn't know.
just like you.
It doesn't
But it
matter.
so does
You
though. But it so does. I was under your education. I'm under the American education. They taught me the same thing that you taught. So like
you
I know
don't
this
know what
shit.
you're
So
talking.
I know this
Look,
shit.
I'm not going to
So I
argue
know
with
this
you.
shit.
Stand down, Gabriel.
You just attacked
Stand
me.
down.
You just attacked me personally.
Stand down, Gabriel.
You
You
just.
don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been in this country. You haven't been in this country from
I
the
was
beginning.
born
You're
in this country.
brand
I am an
new.
American
Is your
citizen.
mother born here? Is
I
your
am
mother born
just.
here?
Who gives a damn?
Where were
I
you
was just
born?
an
Where?
American. I'm just as American as you.
Where were you
I have a
born?
birth. My
Is
citizenship
your
is a
mother
birthright.
from here?
I am
Is your mother from
all
here?
my
Is your
brothers.
father from
All my
here?
brothers were born here. What
It
now? What?
doesn't
I'm just as
matter.
American as you. You can't do
It,
nothing. You
it
can never
doesn't
take that
matter.
away from
But
me.
you're not
You can't take
FBA.
that away from
But you're
me.
not
You can't
FBA.
take away my American citizenship. I was born here. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, Northside Hospital. You can't take that away from me. The
Your
fuck?
parents born.
You like,
Where were your
come on, what
parents
are we
born?
talking about? And I'm
Where were
proud
your
of
parents
and
born?
at the same time, I was born in America, but I'm proud of my Haitian heritage as well. So I'm Haitian American, I'm
You're
proud
not
of it. Who
FBA.
cares?
You're not FBA. You're not
Who said
FBA.
I
You
was
can't.
FBA?
You can.
I never claimed
Okay,
to be
then
black
stand
American. You
down.
see the Haitian American. You see the
Stand
Haitian flag
down.
in my
Black.
bio.
You're not Black
No
American
claim.
either. You're Haitian
You said I
American.
wasn't American.
You're Haitian
But
American.
no, but that's not what you
Okay.
said. That's not what you
You're
started
coming
with.
in here.
That's not what
You're
you
coming
started
in here
with.
telling
No, now
Americans.
you're
You're
trying to
telling
change.
FBAs about their own
Now you're
country.
trying to change. That's not you
No.
said I wasn't American. You never said I wasn't
Tariq,
black
can you
American. You said
mute
I
him,
wasn't
please? I don't
American.
have time for this nonsense. Can you mute him?
Go ahead, Cyber.
Okay, here you go. As you know, my family has been in DC since 1863 when my grandparents walked from Virginia under the auspices of the Union Army. After the Emancipation Proclamation, they came to DC, settled in Georgetown. So they've been here since 1863. Most of my family has moved out of DC probably in the last 20 years, but before them, because they all bought houses. So they all live in Maryland. When I came back to DC in 2000, because I've been in and out of DC since 1985, when I came back to DC, that's when DC started changing. All the prominent Black people moved out of DC, or families who held houses moved out of DC, moved to Maryland. And then you had the Bush administration come in and they started moving more Black people out. And so the Black people that moved out to Maryland started these beautiful communities like Mitchellville, Prince George, the most wealthiest Black county in the United States. They were all living out there. Well, what did they do? They moved all the FBAs out to Maryland as well. So I'm not so sure that the Black people, so-called Black people, because we know that all kinfolk is not all skinfolk is not kinfolk, is actually FBA. I'll have to go and do a little more of a deep dive, but I know for a fact that they moved a lot of Africans and Haitians, a lot of immigrants into DC, and they have been causing most of the problems. One of my friends who's in the military, her son went to Southeast and got robbed. I loved lived on Capitol High. I had no fear. My uncle Irvin built most of the houses in South DC, so we have deep roots. But Bowser, she's the problem because Mayor Williams, when he was in there, he really revitalized DC, made it a place where people wanted to come. Then Obama came in there, he brought like 70,000 gay people into Washington, D.C. Then you had Mayor Williams, and Bowser engineered basically a coup to get Williams out of his seat. And it's been downhill ever since. It's a sanctuary city. Anything goes. I was on the train maybe like 4 or 5. I stopped taking the train. I like taking the train. Because I'm from New York. I don't mind taking the train. I was on the train going up to Bethesda, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, and I always sit like in the back where there's a mirror. I don't know if you've ever been to a train. There's like a gate, and I sit near the door. This guy, I see this black guy running through the train. He's like, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." And then this Mexican comes behind him and pulls out a gun on the train. That's unheard of. I've never had that happen before. I was like, "Holy crap!" And then I got up and ran through the other door. But when the door opened, I was like, gun, 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 gun. There wasn't one policeman around. And I think I told the story early in the week where I was in D.C. at Union Station, and I was getting a newspaper, and this guy comes in and he's harassing the people. And it was two foreigners. One was Ethiopian, I think, and the other one was Latino, harassing these women. I'm buying my business. Then he comes up to me and says, "Do you have any money?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have any money." He goes, "Well, how about I rob you?" I said, "You're going to rob me?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Let me tell you something. If you attempt to rob me, I promise you, you will not leave the store alive." And he looked at me and he ran out and he gave me a finger. DC is just buck wild now, and most of it is attributed to Bowser. Now, let's talk about Kamala Harris. If Kamala Harris, this stuff wouldn't be happening. Have we forgotten? And you're from California, maybe you can expound upon that. Look what she did in California to black
Mhm.
men. Look what she did in California to black mothers when she was putting them in jail
Yes.
for their kids not going to school, and some of them were sick. Don't tell me Kamala Harris was better. This is just tether babble. And as far as I'm concerned, Gabriel just needs to stay. He just comes in there to run his mouth, and he acts like he's part of us. He's not. He's not one of us. So you can't speak on our
Yes, I'm
issues.
not
If
an
you want to
FBA.
speak on immigration issues, please do, but you cannot
Oh,
speak for
I
us.
do speak on
That's the
immigration
bottom
issues.
Well,
line.
Oh,
thank you so much for sharing. Oh yeah, Gabe. Now let's clear something up, Gabe. It's just me and you now.
okay.
Yeah, because you're like, yeah, I'm just like you. I'm just like y'all. I got the same American system moving. You do you think you're like us, Gabriel?
No, her original point was saying I'm not American. Like when you say I'm not American, I'm definitely American. Now I don't claim to be Black American or FBA just like y'all. Of course, I come from a different lineage and a different background, of
Mhm.
course. But that doesn't make me any less American than any one of y'all, because I'm still American at the end of the day.
You're an American,
You know.
American immigrant. Yeah, well, yeah, you
And
go.
why y'all do that? Why y'all do that white supremacist trope when, like,
Bro, you're not like
no,
us.
no, not the not,
Let's
when she was talking about
no.
oh, it's the immigrants committed the crime. Why y'all do that?
Oh no, no. You're not like us, and not minimizing you, but yeah, y'all don't do that coming over there. We all the same. We the same
I
American.
never said we the same. I literally just said we different, but I'm American. We all American at the end of the day, but we just different.
Oh no, but we're foundational Black Americans. You talking about the same?
Why are you trying so hard to otherize me or to otherize people like me? It's
Yeah,
insane.
we come from a different lineage.
Yes,
And
I know. I literally acknowledged that.
I know, but you're talking about, yeah, we get the same education system, dude. But I want you to understand, we have things that the education system, quote unquote, in America don't teach you. We have cultural memory, sir, from our experience here. See, you're not going to kind of,
Yes, and we have cultural memory of trauma back in our homeland. Like it is what it is. We're different, but like we're not that different. Like it is what it is, Tariq. You can hide from it, you can run from it, but you really
yeah.
can't. It is what it is.
I just want you to understand, y'all be saying it. Let me tell you something. We have a different spiritual energy. Not to minimize you guys, but see,
Come on, you know the spirit of Haiti is very strong. So you've made films on
yes,
this before.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, that certain spiritual energy, which is good. We have a certain spiritual energy.
Mm.
But the thing is, family, one thing that we don't have in our spirit is fleeing. You
I could have swore I've seen you talk about in the video like the spirit and like what's going on in
don't
Louisiana.
have
It's like similar.
spirit of fleeing. Do you understand
Fleet?
me? We don't.
Oh my God.
No. We got a spirit of standing on business, staying, fighting, and have resistance. Full stop. We ain't got
Nah.
fleeting energy that's been passed down. We're
Mm.
all right.
So let's just pretend that nobody ever fled to Canada in
Oh,
slavery. Okay, we'll just do that.
oh, please. Please.
Okay.
Dude, we're talking about, and not all of us did it. We had the great,
Well, I know not all of us. Not all. There's still Haitians back in Haiti.
yeah, not all of us did it. And yeah, coming out of a prison camp, yeah, that's different. Just fleeing poverty because y'all ain't on code, that's different. Yeah. So let's be very,
you think you think Haiti's just a wonderful place to live in, like especially in the capital? Like what?
uh, I mean, why don't you stay and make it great? Why don't y'all make it
Human.
great?
That's just human. That's human nature. Human beings immigrate for economic opportunity. That's
Uh,
everybody's like that.
right.
Come on.
That makes us different.
The fact that you try to shame people
No,
than doing that because people looking for better economic
no,
opportunity.
no,
That's less.
no. You're ashamed. Telling the history and telling what you did, you're ashamed of it. You're
I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of
no,
my parents for
saying
coming.
that it's shaming and it's a fact. When you flee from somewhere, you can't really come over and start pointing your finger talking about we the same. No, not really. Not exactly.
Again, no one said we're the same. And again, I am not ashamed of my parents. I'm glad my parents had the courage to come to this country to provide an opportunity for their three boys.
You're
I'm
wel-
very grateful for
you're
that.
welcome.
Very grateful for
You're
that.
welcome. And you're welcome. Right.
What do you mean? What did you do? You ain't do nothing, Tariq.
Yes, I did.
The ancestors did, but not you.
I am my ancestors, sir.
No, I am my
I
ancestors. Oh no, we're not doing that.
grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, brother. I grew up right in the hub of the civil rights movement, sir. Right when they were putting in work, making.
To your ancestors, well, I mean, you're probably old, so you probably might have been there. But to your ancestors, of course, I'm grateful for. Of course, they allowed us to be here and live free and like not deal with the
Yeah,
smoke that y'all had to do.
yeah. My ancestors weren't dealing with them hose pipes and them dogs for somebody to come over here talking about who we better vote for. So Cyber Regina was right telling you to stand your ass down.
Your ancestors talking about y'all should vote Democrat. What y'all talking about?
To tell us who we should. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. We're not gonna get advice from somebody who had to
Them
flee.
same ancestors voted for Joe Biden.
We ain't gonna get no advice from somebody with a fleeing lineage, sir. That's what we saying.
Them same. You should listen to your ancestors because they're the one telling you to vote for Democrats. They're telling you to vote for
Yeah,
Democrats.
we do.
Them same ancestors.
We're not gonna be out here just voting to be dumb, just voting for nothing, and voting to help a bunch of people come over here and undermine us. So we're not doing that.
But you're gonna vote for an administration to harass black.
No, we didn't vote for that either. See how that works? We didn't vote for that either. We know how to be strategic with withholding our votes. So that
No, you said Trump was gonna be better for black people than
I
the
did,
Democratic Party. You did say that.
that's a
You said,
talking point that the DNC has told you guys. Yeah, but I didn't vote for him, sir. I didn't vote for Trump.
but you literally had a tweet.
I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for him. That's why I can still be critical. You see how that works?
You tried to hide behind it, but you know
Oh no,
you spent most of your energy criticizing the Democratic Party,
yeah,
and
because the
that
Democrats ain't shit. Right. Y'all ain't shit either. Yeah, it's not one better.
we're better than the other.
No, and I gave the analogy the other day. It's like a turd. I'd rather have a solid turd than diarrhea. The Democrats are diarrhea. I can deal with.
Again, you just did it again. You're making the argument that the Democrats are worse than the Republicans, and
Yeah, they are. They are. They are. Because now, see what's going.
that's insane.
No, it's not because with what's going on with Trump, we just got to deal with white supremacy. If Kamala Harris was in office, boy, we'd have to deal with xenophobia, white supremacy, the LGBT community jumping down our throats, all of these other immigrants jumping down our throats. We'd have to be battling everybody. We'd get buried. Everybody's getting a piece.
All those problems still persist.
Everybody's getting a piece of the action right now, and that's good. Everybody's getting it. You see,
All those problems still persist now. What are you talking about?
as those problems. See,
All those things
it ain't.
persist now.
Everybody's getting that work. It ain't just us. I like for it to be spread around so that everybody will be galvanized, right?
So you like young black men being harassed in DC? That's what you like.
Uh,
This is better. Young
These
black men being.
gay brothers are out there standing on business. They ain't got no worries. They ain't running and scattering around like little roaches. They're standing on business. They're running some of them race soldiers off the block. I posted a video up earlier. They ran some of them federal cops up off the damn block up there in DC. Our FBA family ain't scared. This is light work for us. We ain't tripping. We just like, okay, you're going to be honest about what you're doing? Cool. So that's making people galvanize more. That's better than them doing some old covert shit by having Kamala up there pretending to be black while she's putting them janky ass policies on us like Obama's punk ass did. Obama sitting up here, the first quote black president. Obama had all types of military vehicles out there at them protests around the country. So yeah, don't give me white supremacy with a black face.
Oh my goodness, white supremacy with a blackface. This is just code, Tariq. You
Oh,
know it.
said that over and over. Okay, yeah, all right. You ain't got no comeback. You've been saying the same thing, and I ain't about to talk in circles. Now go make you some dirt cookies and go to sleep. All right. Thank you so much, Gabriel, Democrat Shill. All right, that was the Democrat Shill for tonight. No, you ain't about to play that game. Y'all not to play that. Y'all not gonna play that game whatsoever. The janky ass Democrats, they want us to be the main focus and the main target. When the Democrats are in power, everybody is safe but us. They have crime bills for Asians, crime bills for Jews. Boy, they have all of these crime bills for everybody, all of these protections for immigrants. Boy, you can't pull an immigrant over and repossess their car if they don't have a license. They put protections together for everybody except us. While we're up here getting gunned down by race soldiers, they don't do nothing. Now everybody's getting a piece of the action. You see? That's cool. Either nobody get it or everybody gets it. That's how it should be.
Microphone check. Microphone check. Microphone check.